There comes a point in life, especially after the age of 70, where peace matters more than anything. Many seniors discover that if you continue living with the same emotional intensity you had in your younger years, constantly worried about people, easily hurt by words, and too quick to sacrifice yourself, you'll only exhaust what little energy you have left. That's why experts and seniors alike say, you must learn to live coldly after 70. Not cold in the sense of cruel or unkind, but cold in the sense of calm, detached, and unbothered by the drama of life. Living coldly means learning when not to overreact, when to stop giving energy to things that drain you, and when to choose silence over unnecessary battles. Here are 6 powerful reasons why living coldly after 70 brings strength, peace, and dignity. Reason 1. To protect your emotional energy. At this stage of life, emotional energy is as precious as physical strength. If you let yourself get involved in every argument, every piece of gossip, every worrying about family or society, you'll constantly feel drained. Living coldly means setting boundaries, learning to smile and stay silent instead of wasting hours in heated debates. It means realizing that not every insult deserves a reaction, and not every family quarrel needs your heart to be torn apart. A senior once said, "The less I react, the more I feel at peace." I don't waste my fire on every little storm. By staying emotionally cool, you save your strength for what truly matters. Reason 2. To stop being taken for granted. After 70, many elders find themselves used for money, for favors, for constant emotional support. People sometimes assume that because you are older, you have nothing better to do than to give and give. But when you always say yes, when you always show up no matter how tired you are, others may stop respecting your limits. Living coldly means learning to say no without guilt. It means not always rushing to rescue everyone at the cost of your own well-being. This coldness teaches people to value your time and energy. Instead of being taken for granted, you become respected as someone with self-control, dignity, and boundaries. Reason 3. To avoid unnecessary stress and health decline. Doctors confirm that stress in old age is one of the silent killers. Constant anxiety, anger, and worrying elevate blood pressure, strain the heart, and accelerate aging. By living more coldly, not letting everything disturb you, you lower stress naturally. You sleep better, your mood stays balanced, and your body thanks you. For example, one senior shared that, after he stopped worrying about what his grown children chose to do with their lives, his health improved. He said, "I finally realized they are living their own story. I don't need to carry every weight on my shoulders." That cold acceptance gave him back his peace. Reason 4. To gain respect through detachment. There's an old saying, the calmer the elder, the more respect they earn. People admire seniors who carry themselves with quiet strength, who don't get easily provoked, who don't beg for attention, and who remain composed no matter the situation. When you live coldly, you show wisdom. Instead of shouting to prove your point, you let your silence speak. Instead of chasing people for love or validation, you sit in dignity, and the right people come closer out of respect. This coldness is not loneliness, it is power. It is the aura of someone who has lived, learned, and no longer wastes time on childish emotions. Reason 5. To let go of the past and live lighter. After 70, many people still carry old grudges, regrets, and disappointments. Holding on to these memories keeps the heart heavy. But living coldly means learning the art of letting go. When you become colder to the past, you stop reopening old wounds. You no longer replay the mistakes you made or the wrongs others did to you. Instead, you accept that life has already happened, and your duty now is to enjoy the present. As one wise grandmother said, "I stopped chasing apologies and explanations. My peace was more important." That is the essence of cold living, dropping what no longer serves you, so you can finally breathe freely. Reason 6. To prepare yourself spiritually and emotionally for the final journey. Perhaps the most profound reason to live coldly after 70 is that this stage of life is not about accumulation anymore, but about release. You are not here to win every argument or prove every point. You are here to prepare your soul, to simplify, and to rise above the noise. Living coldly means focusing more on your inner world than the outside world. It means detaching from worldly drama, embracing prayer or meditation, and keeping your heart light for the journey ahead. When you reach this state, nothing disturbs you anymore. You live with quiet strength, with peace, and with acceptance. That, ultimately, is the greatest power of all. Reason 7. To protect yourself from emotional manipulation. In old age, sadly, many seniors become targets of manipulation. Some relatives or acquaintances may guilt-trip them into giving money, signing documents, or constantly providing emotional support. When you are too warm, too eager to please, people may see you as easy to influence. Living coldly means standing firm and not letting emotions cloud judgment. It means pausing before saying yes, thinking twice before lending money, and not feeling guilty for protecting yourself. This kind of healthy coldness is like a shield. It protects you from being used or manipulated. You stop feeling obligated to explain yourself, and instead you calmly say, "No, I cannot." Over time, people learn not to take advantage of you. A senior once said, "When I stopped giving away my peace to everyone, I realized how many people only came around when they needed something." Living coldly helped me see the truth. Reason 8. To keep relationships balanced and healthy. Too much warmth in old age can actually damage relationships. If you are always calling, always worrying, always trying to control or interfere, younger family members may feel suffocated. On the other hand, if you detach too much and withdraw completely, they may feel abandoned. Living coldly doesn't mean cutting ties, it means keeping relationships balanced. You give love, but you don't overstep. You stay present, but you don't smother. You offer advice, but only when asked. This calm, measured approach keeps family bonds strong. Children and grandchildren will respect you more because they don't feel pressured or judged. They see you as a source of wisdom, not stress. Psychologists confirm this. Elders who remain calm and emotionally balanced tend to have stronger family ties than those who are either too clingy or too distant. Coldness, when done right, is actually a path to warmer, healthier love. Reason 9. To live with greater freedom and independence. Warmth often comes with expectations. When you are always available, always sacrificing, people begin to assume that your time and energy belong to them. But after 70, your time is precious. It should belong to you. By living coldly, you learn to value your independence. You spend your mornings the way you want, without feeling guilty. You choose your activities, your pace, your joys. You no longer run around trying to please others. This freedom makes old age more enjoyable. You can travel if you wish, read peacefully, tend to your garden, or simply enjoy silence without constantly worrying about how others feel. Coldness here means giving yourself permission to live life on your terms. As one elderly gentleman said, "The greatest gift I gave myself after 70 was freedom. I stopped living for others, and I started living for me." That kind of freedom comes only when you learn to live calmly and coldly. Closing reflection. So, why must you learn to live coldly after 70? Because it gives you back control over your mind, your health, your dignity, and your peace. It frees you from unnecessary suffering and helps you face the final chapters of life with grace. Coldness, in this sense, is not the absence of love, it is the presence of wisdom. It is knowing when to let go, when to stay silent, and when to choose peace over pointless battles. To live coldly after 70 is to live wisely, calmly, and with unshakable strength. And that is the kind of legacy worth leaving behind.